welcome back on the show. Today is slightly different. We have Rolla in the building, Big Kofos in the building again. She's been on the show before. How you doing, man?
Hi, I'm happy to be here again. Yes, thank
Yeah,
you for inviting me.
we have a big game today, later on today, but we're not here to talk about men's football. We're here to talk about
Right.
women's football. We're talking the WSL, the Women's Super League, and Rolla is going to be here to break down everything as it pertains to that. Um, first of all, the league has been growing really well at a very good pace. Of course, Chelsea are defending champions. But we'll start on a slightly sad note, shall I say. Emma Hayes is leaving at the end of the season. And for those who don't know, she has been a Chelsea manager for a long time. I don't even imagine how Chelsea would be like without her. She's joining the US women's national team. So I just wanted to ask, what are your thoughts about her decision to leave, and where do you see Chelsea's future without her?
So I'm going to start by saying that Emma leaving Chelsea is equivalent to Roman leaving Chelsea. Ah, God, it is so painful. I do you know that every day I always try to avoid thinking about what is the next thing after Emma Ace era because honestly, I don't trust this new ownership. I know they're trying their best, but at the same time, I don't trust them to make the right decision. And it's not as if our club, our women's team are in a crisis like the men's team. Like everything is perfect. We don't have everything just perfect. But I'm just trying to trust them to find the right replacement. But it is going to be really, really, really tough because she's the best in the world. She's the
Right,
best.
right. See, I don't know where we'll go from there. I saw a video when some people were analyzing it, and they were like, "We can't make it like the men's team where we tore everything apart, right? There has to be some level of continuity. Maybe some of the backroom staff. I don't know our assistants too well. Maybe keep some of them. But are you looking at any coaches? Are we talking to any coaches already? Are there any rumors or of any coaches that might potentially replace her?"
To be honest, I'm hearing about backers. Most of the coaches we have been linked to are UCL winners. But at the same time, I've just been trying hard to avoid seeing those links because the names I'm seeing, they're not up to they're not just they
Yeah,
cannot just be like her. So but I'm just we don't know yet. They're not in a rush, they're not in a hurry yet. So we'll see.
we'll see. Let's bring it back to present day. Obviously, international break coming to an end this weekend. There's a big clash. I think it's on Sunday. London Derby, Chelsea ladies versus Arsenal. Actually, Arsenal versus Chelsea. I think Arsenal is. And it's a London Derby, it's first versus second. Of course, as you know, we're unbeaten. Arsenal has only lost one game. So, how are you feeling going into this game? Are you feeling confident? And you can also touch on some of the players that you think we should watch out from Arsenal's team.
Um Chelsea versus Arsenal is always very, very interesting. Last season in the league, we did not lose to them. We drew away and we beat them 2 at home. So I'm thinking they're also on fire this season already because it started really slow, but they've picked up and Beth Mead is back. She's back and
I think she
she's
scored.
back
She
with a
scored for
bang.
England, right?
Yes, she's back with a bang. But I'm not worried. I trust my girls. I think we're going to win or draw. We're not losing that much. No,
Yeah, I
I don't
like
want
to
to lose
hear
to us
that.
now.
I like to hear that. I also saw a tweet where was saying we sold out our portion for I think was the away fans. That's really also very impressive, very impressive. And so for our players, what are you players that you be looking forward to do the business for us? Who are dangerous? Um, the ones that will probably score or make a difference versus us. Now I know that we have a lot of them, but I just wanted to hear from you.
So I'll say obviously Lauren James, Sam Kerr, and Agnes Agibivajos. I think she's going to be the deciding factor in that match because
Hmm,
she comes in
interesting.
from the bench most times and she just scores all the time. 5 games this
Yeah.
season, 5 goals. A goal every match. She's averaging a goal every match.
Yeah.
And she's our third choice striker. So I think she's going to be a big difference in that match. And then our midfield too. We have Nixon too. So, but we'll see. But I'll beat Arsenal.
Yeah, so for talk to me about Aji, right? I've been very impressed following her story. Obviously, she was on loan and she decided to come back and fight for her place. But the twist here is like she has Samantha Carr and Big Fish that we just signed in front of her. When you saw that decision, how did you feel? Do you think it was a crazy move, or are you also were you surprised as well with her performances this season? How did you feel when she decided to stay and fight for a place in the squad?
To be honest, if Emma Ace is saying that she wants to keep a player in the squad, I don't always question her decision because I just know that you have to trust her. She knows what she's doing. It is very, very obvious. Obviously, Big Fish is not going to just come and hit the ground running straight away. We've seen players struggle, we've seen players take time to adapt, and currently she's actually struggling to adapt. So why not just give other player a chance to get? So I'm just happy Agnes has taken a chance properly. Our for every like on this video, I will mention a striker Agnes has more goals than in WSL. I don't want to drag players tickets, but it's very impressive for a third choice striker. I
Yeah,
mean, we don't even know if Sam Kerr is going to renew her contract yet. So she could be
that's
Sam Kerr's replacement that we're actually looking for.
that's
Tickets.
big shoes to fill there. That's big shoes to fill there.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's just early stages, so we are still observing.
yeah. So can you talk to me about if I ask you to name your top five so far this season in terms of their performances for the Chelsea team? Who would you name?
Hmm. Lauren James.
So is that in like
No,
ascending
no,
order
no, no,
or
no, no,
no,
no,
no
no, no,
order?
no, 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 no. Sorry, not Lauren James. Niami Charles
Yeah, Naomi Charles has
is
been
my
very,
number
very impressive.
one. Charles one. James two. Um, Aggie three. Nuxen, our midfielder four. Then Ashley Lawrence. Even though she's the like
I
the
was
female version of Trent,
I was
but
I was going to come to that too. It looks like Ashley has struggled, coming into the team. Obviously a new signing, big player we saw at the World Cup, but coming into the team, we all expected that she was going to hit the ground running. But what are some of the reasons that you think that it has been a little iffy? It's not that she's done very bad, but she has not done. She has not met the expectations that people set for her.
I don't think it's her fault because Ashley is not a fullback. She was a winger and she was a 10, and then they converted her to a fullback. So you don't expect somebody that's played most of her career as a 10 and as a winger to defend properly. But at least moving forward, she's actually like she's a beast when she's
Yeah,
attacking. But defending, I prefer Eve Perisset to her. But I don't think she's actually that bad. She's not that bad. At least she did very well against Linda Caicedo at Madrid.
Madrid. Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that leads us nicely into Champions League. Of course, we're representing England. I think we're the only team. It was difficult for other teams to qualify. They need to change the format, like Emma Hayes was saying. But the Madrid game, very poor officiating. We lost 2 points there. It was supposed to be a win for us, but of course we bounced back against Paris FC. And the Champions League is something that has eluded MIS. Can you say this is the season that it finally happens for us? How are you feeling about that?
man, if I said this is not this, they'll say I'm pessimistic. But I don't see it. As much as I want Chelsea to win the Champions League, but you see those Baka, Baka women,
But
they
what,
are
what
like
if
on
what if we
another
avoid
level.
them? What if we avoid them and face them in the final? Do we have a chance?
Man, in football, I can never say never. We have seen it over and I feel like we are actually due to beat them at some
Yeah,
point. Records are meant to be broken because They denied us our first UCL. They beat us last season in semi-final. So, well, to be honest, they are our only stumbling block to that UCL. But I believe in MIS. I believe in MIS. So,
It almost feels like the men's team where we were very good, like at the peak of our powers, where we were winning everything under Jose, and we never just won the Champions League, even when we won under Carlo as well. Champions League, we're always struggling. I know it's not apples to apples; it's not like the same. But at the end of the day, who won us our first Champions League? It was Di Matteo. Nobody saw that coming. So maybe if MIS, I mean, it would be nice for MIS to win that as a
yeah,
nice trophy, but maybe it might be, somebody that we least expect.
you never know. You never know. Look at Pep. It took Pep how many years to win the UCL with City?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Took him a while.
I
So let's
never
go
know.
back.
It might be our turn this season.
Yeah, I hope like it will be a nice, fairy tale, nice parting gift for, just already she's a legend at this club, but we'll just
Yeah.
stamp it like if we lift the Champions League before she leaves. Let's go back to the Super League, the Women's Super League. Last season it was tricky. It went up, to the wire. We had Man City or Manchester United giving it a go. But this season, how do you see that panning out? Is Arsenal joining the mix? Is it going to be a three-horse race, or is it going to be really? Do you think Chelsea win this again?
Arsenal will always be in the mix because they are like the biggest women club in England. Do you get? But I feel like Chelsea are going to win their fifth consecutive title this season. But I feel like the only club this is like looking forward to challenge Chelsea properly is Arsenal and City. I don't see United doing anything significant like last season. I don't see. I don't just see it. It's going to be Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, then whatever whoever wants to come next can. But it has to be
Okay,
Chelsea champions. Chelsea champions.
fifth in a row is crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy. Let's take a look at some of the upcoming games for this weekend, and I'd just like to see some of your predictions for those games. We'll start with Man City versus Aston Villa. So, do you want to do score prediction, or you just want to do win, lose, or draw?
Oh, City 3, Villa 1.
Okay. Obviously, the big one: Arsenal versus Chelsea.
Arsenal Chelsea. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 3.
Mm, okay. And Brighton versus Leicester.
This is a tricky one. 1-1.
1-1. Okay, the first draw there. Liverpool versus Bristol City.
Liverpool will kill them. Like 4. 4 to Liverpool.
Okay, West Ham versus Everton.
2-2.
Okay, another draw there. Tottenham versus Manchester United.
Ah, Tottenham 2, United 1. They'll say I'm 18, no. They'll say I'm 18.
Okay, so I think the final question I wanted to ask you, I saw some of your tweets, especially during the international break. Who is that player from any of the women's team that you would love to see at Chelsea?
God. I tweeted it yesterday. It has to be Lauren M. Empo. Lauren M of Man City. I love her so much. She's just so beautiful. I love her.
Yeah, and that
And she's
partnership
a
with
free agent. I
Lauren.
think this summer she's a free agent. So I just
Oh,
hope Chelsea can
interesting.
just snap
Interesting,
out.
yeah. You can snap her. I'm sure if Emma was still going to be here, that'd been easy. Like that'd be very easy to convince her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining us today. And guys, we just want to encourage you guys to watch women's soccer, women's football is very interesting. Of course, uh, Rolla here is a big proponent of that. You can follow her on Twitter and Instagram, and yeah, show her some love. When this video comes out, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for joining again, and we see you in the next one.